So on to round 11 at Brands Hatch Grand Prix, and well, it's really now down to Jake, Ben and Nathan, with Nathan still holding a narrow lead over Ben and Jake, but Jake's the coming man with, well, I think that's now 5 wins in 6 races. So can he be stopped in this second race? Well, he's on pole. Adam is second, third is Chris, Ben now 4th ahead of Nathan 5th, Will's 6th, Liam 7th, Jeff's in 8th, Rob 9th, Sean in 10th, watch out for him, he'll be charging, and it's Andrew, Leon, Alex, Ashley at the back with Brian. Hope Brian can have a bit better luck in this race as we get ready for the start. So can Jake get a mega start like he did in the first race? Adam is normally pretty fast off the start as well, both on pads. So revs are up and we're away. A good start by Adam, but he still can't make up the ground to Jake, so Jake will lead into turn 1. It'll be Adam second, Chris third, Ben trying to go around the outside, and Nathan for 4th. And he's done it. Can he get across though? Yes, he can. He takes 4th position, so that's interesting for the championship. Nathan, then it's Liam, Will, and already Sean trying to make up a position. He's up to 9th, but Rob's going to might take that place back, and Leon's lost out a little bit in the start shuffle. He's down to 13th. Jake leads. Adam, can he go with him? Ben still fighting with Nathan over 4th. It's not done, and Liam just getting a bit of a tag, and Will as well, as they shuffle to position. Ashley though, he'll be looking to make some good ground in this race. Obviously knocked out of the first race by Sean, and he's looking down the inside of Alex. Alex sort of covers that, then doesn't, and Ashley pulls out of it. Chris up to 3rd, then 4th is Ben. He's finished battling with Nathan. They were side by side for about 4 or 5 corners. They've obviously lost ground already to that lead pack. Already it looks like Adam can't go with Jake. And who's that off? And that's Ashley again. Oh, Ashley determined to stay up this season, but he's just not having the luck again, which is the story of the season. I'm pretty sure that's why he's got the Muppets on his car. So across the line, and here's what's and this is Sean moving up, trying to get past Rob. Does he get that done before the last corner? It looks like he has. So Sean up to 9th. Remember, started 10th on the grid. Across the line for the first time. Jake leads Adam, already pulling away Chris, who's got a good gap to Ben and Nathan, and then the rest of the midfield pack with Alex and Ashley off the back of the pack at the moment. Sean down the inside of Jeff, and Sean, the Scottish driver, might be able to get past the American there, but nope, Jeff holds it well. So now Sean will try the cut back and try and get it done for 30s. Jeff's gone wide, and that's all the invitation that Sean will need, and he'll get that done now. Brake later than Jeff, and Jeff's gone off. Jeff braked way too late, and that sent him off to the Indy track. But he'll come back on behind Alex, and just ahead of Brian. And there's Ashley, so Ashley's having a complete disaster at the moment. But as long as he beats Andrew and Brian, he will stay up. That's got to be his target right now. Oh, and Adam's gone wide. Adam's lost it on the dirt, and that's allowed Ben through. Will Nathan get round? No. So he's dropped a wheel off there at Hawthorns, I think it is, and that's cost him big time. So now again, once again, that's going to give Jake a good lead as Brian goes off. Well, he's redecorating every corner at the moment, bless him. But Ben now in a nice third place. In a nice third place. He's got a good gap back to Adam, who was all over him in the first race. But these cars will change as the conditions change, depending where you get your brake bias and how you run it. The cars do tend to change, and that was a bit of a supermarket collision there. Looked like a load of trolleys banging into each other. As they flash out of Graham Hill Bend and then on towards 30s. Andrew still ahead of Leon, so Andrew scoring some good points. That will bring him back into it if he can. It's Chris now with Ben starting to edge towards him. Adam got Nathan all over the back of him and Liam. You know, Adam's very strong at defending. He will hug the inside of the racetrack all the way around if he has to keep his position, and that will definitely slow those guys up. Nothing wrong with that, he can do what he wants. Nathan will need to get past though, and he'll be looking to do it. Sean's coming back through well, he's up to 8th. And what's this? That's Ashley getting past Alex, so that's good for Ashley. Not so good for Alex, so Alex must have made a mistake, and he's just got horrific understeer going through the bottom corner there, and straight off the grass. Jeff goes through, Ashley takes advantage of it, he needed to, and they'll be pleased with that because that's one less. But he really needs to get after Andrew if he can. Andrew's having a good race though, up in, as we mentioned, was it 9th or 10th place. Nathan all over the back of Adam. Adam's not really recovered from that moment. Liam's looking for an overlap on Nathan, so we're all kind of trying to overtake each other at the moment. And up again into Druids they go, and Will trying to get past Sean. Is that, or is that Sean trying to get past Will? Is Sean trying to get past Will? He's trying to go around the outside, which gives him the inside now for Graham Hill Ben, and he will take the position. So another position gained by Sean up into 7th. Chris now with Ben all over the back of him. And he's got a bit wide there, Chris, so that gave Ben a slingshot down the straight. We'll continue to concentrate on this group, and there we go. Here's Chris, just ahead of Ben, who's now firmly in the slipstream. Jake's not that far away, to be honest, but he is still pulling away. And Chris has lost it on the curb. Ooh, into the barrier. And he's going to have to be careful coming back on. He is. He's holding the inside, and Liam goes around him. Nathan's gone past already. Adam's gone past. Sean goes past up to 6th. And Will? Is Will going to get around the outside? He does. So 6 positions lost by Chris, and that's a disaster, and he didn't really deserve that. He's been driving well. But just got over the curb, and this track very slippery off the line. And that was enough for Chris to hit the wall and lose those positions. Now Jake has got again, once a bit like the first race, massive lead. Ben easily 2nd now, he's got a good gap back to Adam, and then Nathan. Sean, as we said, is now up to 5th in fact. Liam ahead of Will, and let's see, something else is changing. So Sean passed his fellow Scotsman. Liam's gone wide coming out of Sterling's, and then into Clark Curve. He'll have dirt all over his tyres, which will make it very hard to make the apex. He doesn't, and Sean descends one down the inside, gets the overlap and takes the position. Bit of contact, as Liam wasn't really expecting that by the looks of it. Now Will's all over the back of Liam, although his tyres should have cleaned up by the first corner. And Will in fact touches the gravel on the outside and almost loses it himself, so Liam will be pleased to see that, as Chris, not quite got an overlap. Ashley pulling away from Alex. Brian unfortunately still doesn't look like he's got the pace, and will be relegated unfortunately by the looks of it. So this will keep the championship alive if Ben can stay 2nd, and if Nathan can get up in the top 3 as well, that will take it to the last race with very little points between them. But it will be about those 3. Sean's too far back, Liam's too far back, and so is Will and Chris, unfortunately for them. So we really need to concentrate on those top 3. And for the relegation positions, well, Brian's going to be down, and it's between Ashley, Jeff, Alex and Andrew for the final spot, who's going to be relegated. And here's Ben with a nice 2nd place, got it pretty much sewn up. Adam's 3rd, but he's going to have heat from Nathan for the rest of this race. Nathan desperate for those points. Into paddock we go. A scene of the unravelment of most championships today. Nathan trying to go around the outside Druids, but that's more hope than actually executing the move. Getting down into Graham Hill. Liam with Chris on the back of him, and this is why. To the first corner we go. Will's looking down the inside of Liam, but can't quite get that done. And then Will up the back of Liam, sorry, Chris up the back of Will, and that sends Will wide, but Will kind of accidentally started that really by hitting the back of Liam, and loses a couple positions. And on we go down the back straight, and well, Nathan's ahead of Adam, and that's how. Good move into Surtees. Adam tried to fight it, but it was inevitable. The inside for Nathan, and that's the position for him. And that moves Nathan up into third place. Now can he chase Ben down? He's got half the race to try and catch him, and he'll be desperate to do that. It will keep him in the championship. Well, he is with third place. That will keep him in the championship, but he'll want as many points as he can get. But this looks like it could go down to the last lap with this lot. Through Sheen's corner, Will all over the back of Rob, now trying to get back the places that he lost. Andrew's still up there well, and that's going to keep his hopes alive. Ben through paddock, can't catch Jake, but he's not being caught by Nathan at this moment. Sean's past Adam, and again this is how into the last corner. Does Adam put a wheel off? Not quite, but he does lose a lot of speed and drive down the straight. Sean's got an overlap, and that's all he needs. Adam tries to close the door, but it's too late, and Sean takes it, finishes the move at paddock, a place that he won't put on his Christmas list. Liam still with Chris all over the back of him. Rob still defending from Will, but trying to attack Chris at the same time. Leon's having another steady race. A good race for him. In 9th place. Adam very quick for that corner on the exit especially. So, sorry, Leon's in 10th place. Just see him in the background. This is going to be a feisty fight. I think Chris is looking all over the back of Liam. Liam's seen the fact that Chris had a good run, and he's covered it. Chris a bit wide on the middle part of that corner. Rob couldn't take advantage of it though. So just one mistake and you can lose 3 places, much like Will did. Through Sheens, which is very tricky, especially on the exit. You just touch the grass, you'll be round. On into the last corner, getting towards the end of the race, so these guys need to start thinking about making moves. Rob with a good run for that last corner, but can't do anything with it. Chris is getting a slipstream from Liam, which won't help his situation. Will someone get desperate? Will someone try and make a move? And Will does, and he's pushed Rob wide, and into paddock they go, but Rob holds on to it. Will just again messing up his braking a little bit there into the back of Rob, but they carry on. And that's given Liam and Chris a bit of a break. Liam lighting up the first sector for himself, doing a personal best, and he needs to. Sean has caught Nathan, and he's dragging Adam along with him. So Sean still fighting, but the championships are, I'm afraid it's a bit of a pipe dream. It's gone. Andrew in 11th, like we said, that's going to be good points for him if he can hold on. Jeff's being attacked by Ash, who's fighting back, and Ashley takes the place, but will Jeff hold on down the inside? Yes, he will. But Ashley's got the overspeed and takes the position, so Ash now scoring some good points. That's another relegation rival that he's passed. But now there's 2 distinct groups in this lead pack. Liam and Chris have gone, and Rob is going to have to fight to keep that position ahead of Will, who's in the Tim Harvey car, which actually won the 92 season, but no chance of that for Will today, unfortunately. Nathan though is being caught by Sean. Sean desperate to get as many points as he can and finish as high as he can in the championship now. That's his only target. But this is definitely down to the last race, and it will be between Nathan, Ben and Jake. As long as Jake keeps going in the lead, which he is, he will take the lead of the championship. He'll be about 5 points ahead of Ben and about 6 ahead of Nathan. This is the calm before the storm moment. You can see Jake's not pulled away as much as the first race. Ben's got a little bit more pace in this one. This first race he was holding everyone up. And there's Leon in 10th. Good points for him, and he's definitely probably the most improved this season, I would say, along with Chris, who's all over the back of Liam. Now Liam doesn't like racing Chris normally. He's not particularly a fan of racing Chris, but Chris has definitely showed awesome progress. And he's being very patient in this battle. He's just sat behind Liam, probably waiting for a mistake or an opening. Rob in the background just touches the grass and very lucky to get away with it. And well, he's going to try that corner as well, and that's again going to be the dirty tyre thing into the last corner. Will get a run through Clark Curve, and yeah, Rob's wide. He hasn't got the grip. We've seen that before. Will's trying to make an opening. There's not really one. He's had to go on the grass, and he's lost speed. Rob keeps position. Now into turn 1, and Will's hit him up the back again, same as before, and that's put Rob off this time. And Will, like the gentleman he is going to have to wait for him. Rob's still spinning very theatrically. I'll give him a 10 for that. But as you can see, he just didn't have the grip to make the apex. That allowed Will to get a run. Rob knows that. He's covered it, and to be fair, I think he covered it pretty much as he could. Will kind of made an opening for himself, and Will drops back and then, well, just brakes far too late, and that's put Rob off. But fair play to Will for waiting. Could have carried on, and that was looked at by the stewards as well, I believe. And well, Will loses a lot of positions, down to 11th place, Rob 10th, so they both lose out pretty badly in that. But the beneficiary is this man Andrew, and if he can finish there, that will put him out of the relegation zone. So he needs to do this. Sean now has caught Nathan, so now we're getting the battles. It's been a bit of a lull in the last couple of laps, but now we're getting the battles. We've just seen that accident between Rob and Will, and now Sean is going after Nathan. Sean a little bit upset with Nathan from the first race. There was a little bit of contact before Sean's spin at paddock, but there was nothing really in it. It's just the slightest of contacts, and when the cars are loaded like that at the first turn, you're gonna go wide. But Leon up to 8th now, and he'll be pleased with that after his well, kind of lost load of positions late on in race 1. So if we can get 8th out of this, he'll be pleased. Ashley though is really showing some fight. He's coming back at everyone. And in 2nd, seems to have that pretty sewn up as we're on the penultimate lap. Sean all over the back of Nathan. Surely he's going to have a look at some point. Nathan will be desperate to keep his position and keep himself on as many points as he can, because he knows that Jake's going to win this race. But we also know that the next race is the reverse grid, and anything can happen in that. Sean looking down the inside. Surely he's going to go for that. No, Nathan brakes very late. Sean looking to get a good run down the back straight. But now he needs to get the inside in. I doubt Nathan will give it to him. Leon 8th, Andrew 9th, Rob 10th, and Will all over the back of him again. Being a 3rd time lucky, Will. Sean has a look again, but can't do anything. Trying different lines, trying to get a run on Nathan as they head up towards Sheen's. He's got the inside, but we saw this didn't work with Ben and Liam, although Sean's much more up the inside and Nathan has to yield. Sean takes 3rd position with a lap and a half to go. No change further back, although Andrew's now been caught by the Rob-Will battle, and he'll be annoyed about that. He needs as many points as he can get. Ashley's not that far back either, and Jeff, who has got back past Ashley. Nathan gets a good run out of Clark Curve along the pit straight across the line to start the last lap, and down the inside goes Nathan to retake 3rd position. So he's not taking that line down. Sean tries to get an overlap and tries to go up the inside into Druids, can't do it. Nathan closes him off. keeps position. Adam sat back there thinking, this is great, I'm going to finish on the podium. Liam and Chris going at it on the last lap, so Chris finally makes his move. He's been patient and now he's attacking down the inside into Graham Hill. He should get that. Bit of contact, nothing in it. Liam's gone off. And Sean back down the inside of Nathan again. At 30s this time. This is brilliant racing. And Liam goes back around the outside. I think Chris may even thought of letting him back through there because there was a bit of contact at the exit of Graham Hill. Now Chris will want to do this properly. But can he do it? Looks around the outside. That's not really going to work. It has worked before, but he'll look for a switch back into the next corner. That's a great move by Chris if he's got that done. And he has. Wow, Liam's holding it around the outside. They give each other room. What a fantastic duel. But Chris has got this now surely, and he should keep it unless Liam can send one down the last corner. But Jake's going to win again, and that is going to put him into the championship lead. Ben will be second, and he'll be second in the championship at the moment, going into the last race, about 5 points behind Jake. Third's going to be Sean, but Nathan's got a fast exit, but not quite. Adam fifth behind Nathan. Sixth is going to be Chris. Great battle with Liam, who's seventh. Leon's going to get 8th, and that's reward for trying, because the first race he dropped back towards the end. And what's going on here? This is chaos, and they come into view, and Will's speared off into the barrier. Andrew's taken the position into 8th, and we're going to have to look back at this. We're on board with Jeff, and well, Rob's into the back of Will's, half spun him. Now Will's just pushing him off the track and keeping him there for reasons that are not, well, that's just ridiculous. And then Will gets tagged onto the grass. Rob's out wide. Andrew's nudged Will at the back. Will then spins on his own and takes with him Rob and Jeff. And well, we're on board now with Andrew. Rob down the inside, bit optimistic, knocks him wide, but all Andrew had to do was hold the inside, and he had the inside for the next corner. Instead he decides to drive Rob off the track, and well, the stewards took a very dim view of that, and he was disqualified from the race. And really, if he doesn't survive in the last race, he can only blame himself for causing complete mayhem. So Andrew disqualified from the race as he crossed the line. He was 11th anyway, and those points could have been the difference between him staying up and not. But if you drive people off the track like that, you're going to get disqualified, and all he had to do was stay on his line, and he would have kept the position, because Rob was never going to get around the outside at the last corner. Brian, though, a bit better for him, wasn't lapped this time, 15th, although he's still trying to have an accident as he crosses the line. And Will, well, tactically takes 15th, sorry. Jake wins from Ben, Sean, Nathan, Adam, Chris, Liam, Leon, Jeff, Rob. Andrew was disqualified, so 11th for Ashley. Jake with the fastest lap on the last lap just to rub it in. Like we said, Andrew wasn't 11th, so Ash was 11th, 12th was Alex, 13th for Brian, 14th was Will. So Will be on pole for the reverse grid, so plays a tactical card there. He was going to finish 14th, but he finished 15th in the end. So thanks for watching this BTCC Blueprints SBR BTCC Class of 92 race. It's the reverse grid next and the final round.